much about poverty issues, but I'll be trying to focus only on food security, very which Professor Gilendra has told me to focus on. Now, as Dr. Sidhu has pointed out, that this National Food Security Bill, which is going to be passed very soon, has a major agenda to cover 75% of the population. I won't go into details of that because he has already pointed out. Now, the issue is that the increase in scale of food security from 25% to 75% of population that will be covered is seen as a step in right direction, but it has brought to center stage so many issues, as he has pointed out, relating to the optimal stock of food grain that the country should have, distributional issues that the country should follow, and production requirements which he has pointed out. We need at least 270 million tons of food grain for this program to be successful. And on top of it, it has large fiscal implications. So ministry, as per ministry's estimate, we require at least 3,500 billion rupees to start with addressing the deceleration in crop productivity of food grains and to distribute food grain, infrastructure, storage, everything, and which the ministry says that it affords it. So now again there are many more issues apart from fiscal implications, as Vice Chancellor had also pointed out. We need to also talk about the policies which are there at hand and which need amendments. Some of the policies, as he pointed out, is the minimum support price. If minimum support price is very high, farmers are incentivized to produce more. So, but ministry may not be interested in procuring at high prices. If minimum support price is very low, farmers will be affected, but it will bring distortions in the market. Then second policy is buffer stocking policy. How much time do I have?
As you like.
I mean, you have to set the limit because. So I should be very brief now. So another policy is the buffer stocking policy. As per the Ministry Planning Commission estimate, we need to have 5 million tons as buffer stock, for meeting emergencies and all, and 20 million tons to distribute and buffer stock, and which now we need at least 63 million tons if food security bill is passed, which is going to be passed very soon. So we need at least 60 to 70 million tons of food grain, and which has to be guided under a procurement policy which has been there, starting with MSP, then buffer stocking policy, open market sales operation, and then comes the issue of distribution, which we have been following through PDS, or let's call it fair price shop, which is run by the Food Corporation of India. Again, number of issues because it's highly inefficient and people think that the system has outlived. We need to have new system alternatives such as food stamps, cash transfers, and or maybe the revamped public distribution system as has been happening in Madhya Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, and many more states. Now I'll be focusing on only two issues. Number one is what is the cost and benefit of holding, maintaining and distributing food grain stock by the FCI, assuming that FCI is going to be, or assuming that we are going to follow PDS. Second issue is if distribution of food grains is done through revamped public distribution system or cash transfer, what is the likely benefit of that program? And if at all we are doing away with PDS and we have cash transfer or food, coupons, then what implications it has in terms of state changing their policies and also making interventions, as has been done in the case of Sri Lanka and China, which have been taking food stamps which have been following food stamps. So as far as the fiscal cost is concerned, I would say that there are three components of economic cost which is incurred by the Food Corporation of India. One is the procurement cost, one is the procurement price, and third is the distribution cost. So addition of economic cost plus carrying cost is equal to the subsidy. Now, as per the estimates which I have made for a study I did for FAO and NCAR, the economic cost of Food Corporation of India has been It was 169 rupees per quintal for wheat and 193 per quintal for rice during 1980-81. Now it has jumped up to 1424 per quintal for wheat and 1820 rupees per quintal for rice. Now this is the amount which Food Corporation of India has been spending. Wheat, it is right now for 2009-10, the estimate is for wheat 1424 rupees per quintal. For rice it is 1820 rupees per quintal for rice. And now there has been a 10% increase in the cost of FCI over a period of at least 20 to 30 years. So if we see this average sales realization, how much corporation is earning. In case of wheat, the estimate shows that it is 585 rupees per quintal for wheat, and for rice the sales realization is 661 rupees in 2009-10 for rice, which means that cost is 1400 per quintal, sales realization is not even half of it in both the cases. And if we add the carrying cost to it, then the total food subsidy bill, which right now is 680 million, and if I give my estimate, it comes to at least 1000 billion, because we have to maintain food security level, given food security to the 75% of population, and after making estimates of total requirement, total buffer stock, open market scale, the operational cost and also the distribution cost, the subsidy will be nearly 100,000 billion. I mean, increase from 638 billion to 1000 billion rupees in case this program or this bill is passed and it is here. So the major components I have also seen what exactly how cost is really increasing. What are the major components of carrying cost, major components of distribution cost? It's the labor cost that is going up, freight charges, storage, that is also going up very high, and that is creating a lot of problem. Now the other issue is, shall we continue with this or shall we revamp? That is the major issue. If we continue with this, we need to bring a lot of efficiency in the system in terms of, apart from infrastructure, we have to bring a lot of efficiency in terms of distribution, because there are so many leakages, there are inclusion errors, there are exclusion errors. So there are many suggestions given by many people, but the case which I have reviewed for Chhattisgarh and Tamil Nadu and a little bit of Gujarat, which shows that their system has been going on very well because they invited communities to participate in the program. So Gram Panchayat, self-help groups, women panchayats, women group, they have been roped in for distribution compared to the private dealers where there were so many leakages and distributional problems. Now that is one of the suggestions in case we plan to revamp PDS and go by this. Other issue is that let's say that we don't want PDS, let's go in for cash transfers or let's go in for food coupons, which have been highlighted in the literature at large. Food coupons and cash transfer system which has been going on in Sri Lanka and Jamaica that I have reviewed, I found that cash transfer is totally, not really encouraged by people because it is derided with many problems. People may spend it somewhere else. So food stamps, that is one thing which that country has been following. But again, there are so many preconditions in order to, implement that kind of system, because you need to have mean test, you need to have proper ICT system, you need to have a proper relationship with the vendors who can provide, and vendors have to be linked with the state machinery in order for a person to buy from the mom and pop stores and other kind of retailers, and it needs a proper system of financial inclusion, proper system of which again in our country it's a distant dream that we can have that kind of system. So given the fact that a few states have already embarked upon reforms as far as PDS is concerned, one option that looks feasible is to go by those kind of solutions which they have been following. UIDI card, they have taken it as a base, and then other thing is they have involved local communities and they have computerized the whole system so that leakages are not there. And they have also taken out system. I mean, I give you one write-up which shows in detail what steps they have each and every state has undertaken to cover each and every population in the villages, so that distribution system is properly set. Thank you.
Now where the community participation is there, do they procure also?
Yes, it is. Well, it's what they do is they procure. I mean, state packs. They call it packs. They are lamps. Lamps and packs are the main agencies who procure from, like, it's the government sends to railways. Right? So from railways, packs and lamps, they procure it at their godowns. States have their godowns. Like in Chhattisgarh and in Tamil Nadu, they have their godowns. So they bring in the produce there.
But
Then
they
they
procure
have
from farmers.
there are two options. Chhattisgarh, what they do is, one is that the state has Food Corporation of India supplies. Number one. So Food Corporation of India sends by railways to the states, and the states packs and lamps procure it. This is number one option. Then they give it to miller for processing. Then from miller it goes to the fair price shops, which are run by women, self-help groups, or local
Participation
franchise.
on committee is a distribution only.
Yeah, it's in the distribution. Okay. And in some cases, the farmers are roped in directly to provide food grain, which is sent to the miller for processing. So it's both system, but largely dependent on Food Corporation of India.
Thank you so much, Seema Bathla. Now, may I request Sir Amarish to please